We've got some big news in the Lilly and Jack Sullivan case. OMG, oh, what the hell. Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to do a disclaimer because everything I'm about to share with you is what I have found out through listening to Dolly Vision. Shout out to you, Dolly. Good job. Where Daniel, the stepfather of Lilly and Jack, he went on to Dolly Vision's show, or at least his account, his real account, which was verified on air live several times by Dolly. The creators, we have the ability when we're live to click on your icon and choose to view your channel and how long you've had the channel, what your email address is, and basically verify it's really you. And Dolly did that live several times. From everything that we can determine, it is indeed Daniel. But, disclaimer, everything I'm sharing with you, I am not here convincing you of anything. I am not saying any of it is factual. I'm simply sharing information that is on YouTube. Take it with a grain of salt, a pinch of salt over the shoulder. Could be hearsay. Not only was Daniel's information, his channel, his YouTube channel being used for this icon, the information he said is absolutely shocking. There's a lot of it. I will be breaking it down even more by getting the clips of Daniel throughout the day and getting together a video for later this evening. So it'll be a late night one, or I might have it for tomorrow morning. But what was shared just is mind-blowing. So he is stating that the family and the cousin to Malaya allegedly called into Dolly on the show previous and said the exact same information, that Malaya is allegedly on the run with baby Meadow. Well, if I didn't trust Dolly, which I absolutely do, and I know what he's saying about being able to check a channel is true, now we have this as well that just came out by the RCMP. NS offers $150,000 for information about the disappearance of Jack and Lilly Sullivan. OMG, you guys. That is perfect timing with this rumor, we'll call it for now, that Malaya is on the run. Siblings who disappeared weeks ago have not been found despite extensive search and police investigation. This was updated at 9:12 on June 19th, just 2 hours ago for me. Lilly Sullivan, who is 6, and Jack Sullivan, who is 4, are shown in updated photograph released by Novascotia government on Thursday. How ironic, the school bus just went by my house. June 19th, 2025. If you believe in spirit, I'm telling you, we got some information here. The Nova Scotia government is offering up to, it does say up to, $150,000 for information about the disappearance of siblings Lilly and Jack Sullivan, who were reported missing from their rural Pictou County home nearly 7 weeks ago. The province announced a reward on Thursday under a program that is typically used to bring light information that can lead to arrests and convictions in specific unsolved major crimes. Lilly, 6, and Jack 4 were reported missing on May 2nd from their Lansdowne Station in home, but children have not been found despite extensive searches in the surrounding heavily wooded area and large RCMP investigation. Police have said they have confirmed the children were with the parents the day before they were reported missing. Anyone who comes forward with information under the rewards, let me copy this real quick. We're going to run a ticker so that if you have information, let's do that now. We'll create it together. Yes, it's alive. And I appreciate you tuning in. Oh, it's exactly, no, I can't do all that. Okay. Let me try this. I can't fit it all with the numbers, so we're going to have to shut some of it out. We'll put forward. So the ticker will be a few words short. Okay. Scroll across the bottom, add banner, and show. Okay, there you go. There, the number is on the bottom of the screen, but you were called, see something, say something. There are currently 122 unsolved cases where the province is offering cash rewards for information. It goes on to say most of those are homicides, but roughly 20 involve missing. So this is rare. They usually only offer a reward in major homicides. Very interesting. But let me get back over here so I can see your lovely faces. In case I didn't say it, welcome to 1111 True Crime. I am Mama D. We had a miracle yesterday. We had Claire Bell found safe and sound. Mom's arrested, as we know. We're praying for another miracle for Lily and Jack, and now Meadow. So, as I said, everything I'm sharing with you, take it with a grain of salt. I am not stating it is factual. However, I am about to share everything that I learned from that entire live with Daniel. Ask questions. I'll pin them. I'll answer them. There was so much information. I couldn't break it down this quick because it all just happened. But Daniel, as well as, and alleged for everything I say. So Daniel and the alleged cousin of Malaya have both individually made reports out on the public media through Dolly Vision. The cousin, alleged cousin of Malaya, calling into Daniel, stated before even Daniel came on, told Dolly that Malaya had left her mothers, with the baby and is on the run from RCMP. We also find out, check this out, that when Daniel went to the tent, what is that called? Base? Search base, right? The searchers base camp. I don't know what to call it. Ground zero. I don't know. He went there to have the meeting with the RCMP and the searchers and all that. When he came back, he found out that 2 of his sweaters had been taken, and he alleges that it was Malaya's family that took them. Why? There's so much info to share with you. So why would 2 of Daniel's, why would they take that? Also, like, all this information is new to me too. Also, Daniel says, well, we know now from that interview that was Lily's pink blanket. A lot of what I shared with you guys in the beginning is now coming out to be true. I'm worried about those BLOODY undies because Daniel is stating, we all know, he said it so many times, that he's not being able to see any of his children, not Meadow the baby, and not even his own children, right? And then he was granted supervised visits. He was due to see Meadow tomorrow. And Malaya took off with the baby. Now, it's been alleged that it was also Malaya's family that found the boot print and the part of Lily's blanket. I'm wondering, is it possible that they also found the BLOODY undies? And that could make a mother be like, you ain't seeing my baby girl. don't care what nobody says. Supervised or unsupervised. I'm already missing 2 of my kids. So can Malaya be feeling that? Or did Malaya do something and now she is absolutely terrified that it's about to be found out and they're going to take Meadow from her? You see how this could go either way? This is just wild information. I'm kind of a little bit like, because Daniel says he absolutely believes that these children are alive. Please be right. But he bases it off of that he says everybody was given a polygraph test and they passed. And one of the questions that was asked to him, so he's assuming they asked everybody, was had he KILLED'd Lilly and Jack Sullivan? And he said no. And he passed. This is all from Daniel, and it's all alleged, but there's so much to break down. 3 years. Good question. Janie Kendall is asking, how long were mom and boyfriend together for? 3 years. Thank you, Rach, and thank you to all my beautiful mods, and thank you to all my people that are on replay right now. I humbly thank you. Please get this information out there. I will be doing a follow-up video today. I'm pretty sure it'll be later today, that breaks down key points where I grab the actual text from alleged Daniel, which Dolly did verify, and I trust him, and I know you can do that, where it goes right to the person's page because I've done it so many times. But Rachel says, please remember to show Mama D your love and appreciation by smashing that like button. Thank you much, love to all. Thank you, love. Thank you. Hi, Amy King. How are you? And she was only 3 years with husband. Interesting. I don't know which one you mean. Right, long enough to have 18-month-old. Right, 3 years. Okay, you guys. So, Prime Candy, good question. This is where my conundrum's coming from. One side of me is like, oh my God, she hasn't made any avocation for her children's lives. None. Also, Daniel goes into detail about the things that she took before she left. 2 stuffed animals, which belonged to Lilly and Jack. She also wanted their birth certificates, 2 school pictures, current school pictures, and something else. I'll have to go back and review on Dolly's. Now, Dolly did make it a members thing, so you have to sign up and pay. But it's worth it. It's worth it. I'm going to go ahead and grab the information. He's approved us all online verbally as other creators. Just get the information out there. Share if you like. So I know he's not going to copyright me. So I'll go ahead, grab the information. As soon as we're done with the live, I will grab my bowl of noodles, eat my lunch, and I will go over every text, screenshot it, bring it up on a program so that you can see. I'll grab the question and the answer, put it together for you. I'll do some major work. Right now, I'm just coming out here to say we have a $150,000 reward that could lead to finding Lilly and Jack Sullivan. And Daniel has stated, allegedly Daniel, yeah, everybody, I'm getting notifications from all the other creators right now that are coming out with this. Evil exists, hats off for getting the word out there. Daniel is alleging, as well as allegedly Malaya's cousin, that Malaya has grabbed Meadow and is on the run. So Prime Candy's asking on the other side of the coin, so if she didn't do something, could she be trying to protect Meadow from Daniel? Daniel, maybe she thinks, knows he did something to those 2 little ones. Now, here's the thing. Dolly does ask Daniel, if there are no charges, if you're not being charged with anything, why would you not be allowed to see your kids? Why would you be required to supervise? And Daniel comes back and says that they have accused him of things. I'm worried about this whole BLODY undies that allegedly got found, which when I told y'all a pink blanket had been found and the other things that Malaya had said was Lily's, it turns out Daniel's agreeing that pink blanket is Lily's. So they found that scrap of blanket. I'm wondering if that same information about the BLOOTY undies got found by Malaya's family. And that could be because he said that they came back and it was like they were all saying, you did this. Did what? Did what? How could they all be pointing the finger at Daniel going, you did this? All of them, according to allegedly Daniel. I chuckle because it's all like allegedly. But I'm wondering the same thing, Prime Candy. Could the mother be on the run thinking, oh my God, my kids are missing. They found could she be worried about the BLOODY and be like, oh my God, you can't see my baby? Oh, hell to the no. Also, is she relocating? Check this out. Daniel again reiterates in the Dolly Vision thing with the text that both Lily and Jack were brought into, and I don't have the right terminology because I'm not a Native American. And with all due respect, absolutely, I am uneducated. But they were given status. I'll just say that as a Native. Okay. That also, not only does that provide legal counsel for those two children, it gives them a status card. Therefore, you don't need a passport to leave the country because all you got to do is show your status card and you're through, is what Daniel said. That you don't need a passport. All you need is a status card. So if she needs 2 birth certificates, 2 pictures, did them kids get removed from that property? By family of Malaya's. And is she taking those 2 pictures and all this and going to use that status card, maybe the birth certificates to legally change their name, but in the Native world there, and then take them out of the country under different names? I don't know, but Daniel's alleging she's on the run. I'm wondering, is she on the run because she's had a mental breakdown? All I know is Daniel also said that with her going on the run and breaking the protocol and orders to be supervised with her mother at all times with Meadow, that they will now remove Meadow from Malaya. And he's very concerned that she might unalive herself if they take the baby. So this is crazy. This is crazy. That's true, OD. OD says they both contradicted each other in the interview. Hey, OKG is in the house. How are you, lovely? You're with the flu? Oh, I send you healing energy, sweetheart. Get well soon, everybody's saying. They do need to bring her in quickly. You are right, unspoken heart stillness. And I'm wondering, is that why all of a sudden this morning we got $150,000 reward? Because did Malaya really go on the run with the baby like everybody's saying? Good to have you with us, Jennyville. So that's some of the information. I'm not going to be on here forever this morning. I just wanted to get this information. And the reason I'm not going to be on here very long is because I want to break down every text, like get that. This is my screenshot, right, of a text. That sign language screenshot of a text of what Daniel is saying. over from Dolly. So I'll be working on that. Who put the reward up? Let me go back. I'll tell you. NS offering. It just says NS. So let me click it. A reward of $150,000 is being offered by the province of Nova Scotia for information about the disappearances of siblings Lilly and Jack Sullivan. And it does go on to say that that is very rare unless it has to do with homicide. That there was only 20 cases that are known that they put up a reward on missing. Aw. Thank you so kindly for the $4 snooper chat. Oh, I appreciate you so much. Okay, G, I really do. I also want to send a huge shout out to a couple of people that sent me donations in snooper chats on PayPal. Katie, thank you so incredibly much for sending that $50 snooper chat. I greatly appreciate that. And as well as Jenny Swain sent a $200 snooper chat, and I was blown away. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you. Keeps our channel alive and keeps me being able to work on missing kids cases all the time and getting justice for those that deserve it. And yesterday I was like, oh my God, when I found out that Claire Bell had been found, because I had just done a video to get her info out there so that we could find her and keep that information out there. They were looking for the car with the license plate, that if you had seen it in any area to report it. And I went out after the video aired and I was like, God in heaven above. And I did it with my heart. I said, we just need a win. I feel so kicked down. We need a win. I came back in, and within like 10 minutes, Claire Bell had been found safe. I have goosebumps. But, and that was celebratory. But now Daniel said something that broke my heart, because if he is innocent, and he is the one talking, so I will give him that. If he is innocent, he now says that a miracle was delivered yesterday for Claire Bell. Wonderful. But at the very same time, he now, his daughter is missing as well. So he's saying not only is Jack and Lily missing, but for him, Meadow is missing as well. And you and I both know he's very concerned about the mother's mental state, that he has expressed how her moods reflect, or her mindset reflects onto Meadow. So if she is missing with that baby, my heart is stuck. But the good news is that Daniel says Meadow is her diamond. So I pray to God that the baby is safe. As Dolly Vision would say, where's the baby? It's so scary. Hey, Cheryl, good morning to you. That is a lot of mulo. I hear the goat. Thank you, Cheryl. I know y'all can't hear the goat because we have noise canceling, but it screams. So I'll do it for it. Hopefully my voice carried for the goat. Well, Robin Davis Dexworth, better late than never. So good to see you, my beautiful. I miss all of you. Right. Ava Sim. The news about Clara Bell is fantastic. We're winning some of these. Also, the news about Karen Reed, right? That came out that she is innocent of all charges other than the OUI, and she is a free woman. She's on probation for a year. What do you do, right? Ooh, OD, you're ringing it up today. You said she couldn't show any emotion in her interview probe because she was trying to remember there was made up story in your opinion. You're not alone in feeling that. Danny the goat. I'm the goat. I'm the goat. So there's a lot. There's so much to go over. I will be breaking this down much better. I will go over. I am a member of Dolly's. And so I will break it down. He's given us permission. He says, please do share it. And so I know we won't get a copyright. I will go in. I will work for the next 4 hours because it's a 2-hour live, if not 3. And Daniel talks sporadic throughout it. Dolly asks the questions. It's a live. There's a delay. Finally, he's able to find the answer where Daniel responds. I will just try to get the question and the answer on the same page for you. Marry the 2 parts so that we can see. I will also show you where Dolly live validates, verifies that that is 100% Daniel's YouTube account. If I have time, I will try to go back and get the cousin's call that also alleges that Malaya has left with the baby, that she left the mothers, and the family called, she was in a car driving with the baby. So I agree, Prime Candy. Now I'm with Dolly. And Dolly nailed it. And he said, you got to remember, Daniel, we are true crime. So everybody is guilty, especially the parents, until we know otherwise. But they're not really guilty because we're not a court of law, right? They're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We'll change the word guilty to, I don't think Dolly said that. I think he said suspicious. Right. I worded that wrong. So I'll take that word back. Apologize. We don't consider everybody guilty. We consider everybody a suspect. Much stronger, much more correct. So I apologize. But if he is innocent, if Daniel is innocent, he must be absolutely antagonizing for him, says Prime Candy. I agree. Ruthless Lamb, hello. You said not true. Even natives with status need passports. I'm not able to board a flight outside Canada without a passport. Thank you, Ruthless Lamb. Like I said, this is what Daniel was saying. Very, very good. Barbara Ann, you can't say that. I'm sorry, but that is against. Hold on. You cannot say child and that in the same sentence on YouTube, or we will get flagged. So I had to delete the message. You can use code words. We'll know what you're talking. Call them pedo. Call it a pedo. And please avoid using caps because I am dyslexic and it makes it hard to read. Okay, I'll just leave you, Barbara, and do your thing. So, like I said, 2 sweaters of Daniel's missing, according to Daniel. Also, the boot print, as well as that little pink blanket of Lily's, allegedly was found by Malaya's family. And then all hell broke loose. And they were pointing fingers, according to Daniel, saying, you did this. That they were all saying, you did this. You did this. What is this? Is it because when they found that little pink blanket, did they find the BLOODY underwear? And they were like, oh my God. Because everything else I've said, that I found out on the dispatch that was found, that was one of the items that I've been questioning. Okay. Good question, Mr. Forehead. So she's on the run with the baby and no Amber Alert. Funny. I don't consider it funny. I don't know what would be ha-ha about it. And like I said, this is coming from multiple sources, all alleging to have connection to Malaya. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it true. I'm just saying this is what's being shared. We'll know very soon, I'm sure. It is strange. It does make me lean toward it being the truth because, 1, it was Daniel's account being used. Unless his account was hacked, then that's Daniel. 2, because of the very moment that I'm done listening to all that, Boom, we have $150,000 out as a reward. $150,000 reward. Thank you, Jesus, from the Nova Scotia, the province of Nova Scotia, which only usually does that when it is a serious homicide, right? And only done it 20 times, I think the article said, for missing people. So I find that very, very strange. But you do have a point. Where's the Amber Alert? But then does it qualify? I don't know. Exactly that. That's what I thought too, that the blanket and undies were found together on the same day. That's why I'm saying if we have been validated and we've been told by Daniel in the interview, right? And as well as on Dolly Vision, he said, yeah, the blanket was found by Malaya's family and that it is Lily's. Malaya said, yes, it was Lily's. I was informed by a very reliable source, I'll just leave it that way, that the BLOODY undies were found like right near this torn pink blanket. Carrie Scott, welcome to the channel. If she were on the run without CPS knowledge, there would have been a missing persons report, Amber Alerts, and an arrest warrant. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. If Mama's on the run, why no Amber Alert at this time either? Can't they catch her then? I have no idea. Maybe they don't want to scare her with the baby. I couldn't tell you. Like I said, this is just what Daniel's saying. Doesn't make any of it true. He's still a major suspect. It's strange that he's alleging that 2 of his sweaters were reported missing. He reported it to the police. It makes me wonder, he's saying, did they steal it to plant evidence? It also then turns the suspicion back onto Daniel for me, even though he's the one bringing it up and telling us, because I'm like, was that a sweater for each kid to put on them because their coats weren't missing? So did Daniel do? Oh, and then Daniel changed everything now. Daniel's saying that at around 6:17, 6:18, that Malaya made the call. That they lay down, right? Or that he lays down with Malaya. And that when he wakes up, he stirred a little bit because Malaya is then returning to bed. They doze back off. But, or she dozes, or wait, no. Because he's changed it so many times. I'm trying to keep it straight. So, and it's going to help to get the actual text that he put this in. Something along the lines that after Malaya made the school call, but now he's saying he called it something else. He didn't call it a call. I don't know. Anyway, after the school contact was made at 6-ish in the morning, that he was sleeping and he woke because Malaya was returning to the bed when he said, and it's the reverse of what Malaya said in her interview, that he said, I don't hear the kids. So now we definitely have contradiction. The mother saying she said to her partner, Daniel, do you hear the kids? He said no. And then they got up and looked for the kids. She instinctively knew to call 911. In this time with Daniel on Dolly Vision, Daniel is stating in text on there that when Malaya was returning to the bed, it woke him up. And he said, I don't hear the kids playing. And that's when he got up to look. He ran and it took him 30 seconds to go out and look at the little playhouses of the kids. And then he came back and so forth. But that's a great question, y'all. I'm with you. Where's the Amber Alert? If the baby's missing and Malaya took off and it's breaking CPS protocol, where is the Amber Alert? Because you would know then that it was a suspected taking of the child. Obviously, if she's required by CPS to have supervised visits and she broke that, that would be a reason for concern of the children's safety, in my opinion. And she's in a car, they're alleging, so there'd be the vehicle. You'd have a license plate. That seems to me, though I don't know Canada's criteria, but there would be no reason not to put that out on alert, an Amber Alert on Meadow, if this were true. So that's a great point too. We'll find out one way or another. Annette S. Hello, love. She says maybe she fell down being it's a wooded and not easy to walk through. Could be, could be. But back to what Carrie Scott's saying, his story changed yet again. So, like I said, take it all with a pinch of salt. Carrie Scott is saying that the undies were found by a private searcher, not with the blanket. How do you know that? We need to know how you know that. Linda Smith, hello, love. You said, do you know if these items were found at the fort in the woods? I don't know. I have no idea. Daniel on Dolly Vision basically stated this, from the best of my recollection, that the boot print and the blanket, the pink blanket, were found by Malea's family. They then returned and were pointing the finger at him saying, you did this, you did this. All of them were saying it. He described it as a family reunion, feeling like nobody had tears. They were angry. They were pointing fingers, and it was getting heated. Great question. I wish we knew the answer to. Jennyville Lovely, we love you, darling. Our longest term member on this channel. She's in the 40 months. I don't know how many as a member. I want to say I love you, Jennyville, for always staying with us. We have a lot of very long-term starlights on here. She says, where those items were found, did the dogs alert? I don't know. We're being told the dogs didn't find the scent of Lily or Jack. So could those items have been planted? Could they have not been Lily and Jack's, but the parents said they were? They will be able to catch her on road cams, Annette says. Mr. Forehead says they were not even posted on the missing people database for the last 6 weeks, and maybe still not, but now a reward. Oh, wow. The reward's factual. That's in the news, and I know that to be true. Carrie Scott says Daniel wouldn't know the truth if it came up and bet him. I've said from the beginning that if one of them is guilty of something, they both are, because there's just no way if you're together with somebody that you're not going to know. Now, Daniel also said that the reason he believes that Malaya left is because Daniel would be able to trip her up and know if she was lying, that she would break being around him and it would all come out. So he obviously is very concerned about Meadow he is voicing, but then again, a lot of people get a Chris Watts feeling around Daniel. Wild Wolf says they need to check those tunnels where the old miners and the utility workers used to go over there by if you look at the map, I see the power lines and there's a tunnel. I think there, in my opinion, I do know there are mine shafts and they have checked them, but how far down did they check them? That's a great question, Wild Wolf. Great point. Again, my beautiful Rach Hickey, not that Rach. If you're part of the Jay Slater case, then you know what the NTR means and why she says that. Ladies and gents, please hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and tap the notification. Never miss a Mama D upload or live again. You know you want to. Love you. Thank you, Rach. Thank you. Annette says the award should have been put up immediately. I agree. Absolutely agree. Seeking justice. Hello, beautiful. You said he was far from asleep, then said, when I woke up. Can't be both. Wow. Boom. I screamed for the goat. I'm the goat. David Matheson. Love you. Love you. It is a lot of he said, she said. But we do have absolutely $150,000 reward for information leading to Lilly and Jack Sullivan. That is a blessing. I don't care how you see it. We have found Claire Bell. And by the way, I'm going to take a minute before I get off here. I want to say that the presser yesterday, I will be showing about little Claire Bell later today. I'm not, maybe I won't show it, but I'll take the minute now. We were actually thanked on social media and on our channels. That means you, because it was stressed over and over again that it was you, the public, that literally led to the safe finding of Claire Bell. You, me, them. It took all of us. And it was a win in every single way for that child. As they said, this is the best possible outcome result. So let's keep our energy very positive. Even if in your heart of hearts, you fear the worst for Lilly and Jack Sullivan. Stranger things have happened. Is it possible that this was planned in some way to get Meadow in full custody? Because if Lilly and Jack, she could walk away with and not have a problem and get to keep the baby too, she would have done that, I believe. But there's something here that makes me very suspicious that she might have done this just to be able to keep Meadow to herself. Whatever got done. I'm just suspicious of, I'll be honest. I don't trust Daniel and I don't trust Malaya. But I do pray for Lilly and Jack Sullivan. I truly, truly do. But yeah, you know, it was so incredible to hear that it was the public being thanked, because we try so incredibly hard for these little voiceless people, right? Carrie Scott says the police and CPS know where she is. Just because Daniel doesn't know where her whereabouts are doesn't mean she ran the way he implies. That's true too. Very good point, Carrie Scott. Very good point. Viv says she suspected him from the start, in my opinion, and he lied and threw her under the bus from the start, in my opinion. Thank you, Viv, for sharing. Jennyville just believes they're telling too many stories. Carrie Scott, thank you. You said in the CBS interview, he told the same story, changing from the original. Daniel's definitely changed his story. We can't say that about Malaya because she only gave one interview, so she hasn't changed her story. That's one thing. Yeah, it could be that Daniel's just wanting to throw her under the bus, especially if the family found things that led them to think or led them to accuse Daniel. That's a big question for me. I'm hung up on that. Right, Kelly. That could be too. We'll have to just, time's gonna tell. If an Amber Alert comes out, we'll know, right? Callie says Amber Alert requires license plate and a full description of a vehicle to BOLO for. but they're not admitting there has been a transfer in a vehicle and they have no proof. For all we know, Malia could have been in that vehicle with her mother, right? And just avoiding Daniel. My number one suspect is Daniel's brother, in my opinion. I'm sus on him. I'm totally sus on him. Viv says, why have we still not heard from Daniel's mother or brother, especially the brother with the clean four-wheeler? Rob and Dave Stuxworth, what if they put the mom and baby in witness protection against the dad? Good question. Ah, Chumba, good to see you, my beautiful. You said, thank you, Mama D, for covering this case. Big hugs to you too, lovely. Gary Scott says the private searcher posted it with pictures on Facebook. He removed the post after he got flagged for searching chain of evidence. What? Posted what? I'm waiting. Oh, the undies. I'm telling y'all, everything that I've been told, take it with a grain of salt. Like I said, I'm not claiming nothing's factual, but I have strong reason to believe that they found the BLOODY undies and that they are purposely not talking about them because it's part of the evidence. Carrie Scott saying in searching recording undies also were not mentioned. Ah, Chumba, you love being part of our community. Thank you, sweetheart. Carrie says Daniel said the blanket wasn't her mom. Said it is hers. Daniel has now said the blanket was hers. Okay. Carrie says agreed. If one is guilty, so is the other. They're together, y'all. They're together. I'm Nikki UK, says the best community. We do love each other. We love each other's. Mary Dalmatian, good to see you, lovely. You said, in your opinion, Land knows where the kids are. Let me get a little bit more comfortable. It did. It felt so incredible when they announced that Clara Bell had been found. But now my heart is very worried if Meadow isn't accounted for. Very worried, regardless, because Lilly and Jack haven't been found. And I'm very worried about that baby. Even if Malia hasn't gone on the run, with everything we're hearing about the mother's fragile mental state, and no wonder. I mean, when it comes to parents, like mothers supervising the visits of their daughters with the children, we all know how the Quentin Simon, Leilani Simon, she was supposed to not even have Quentin Simons. The grandmother was supposed to have the baby, but the mother was with the grandmother. And so the mother had access to Quentin Simon, and we all know he was found in a landfill. Oh, I will just say this. He wasn't found in a landfill. Parts of Quentin Simon to this day have not been found. But what was found on Quentin Simon was found in a landfill. Yeah. I got to get away from that case for a minute because that Quentin Simon was one of those cases where you just get so attached. And then when the outcome is horrible, you can't hardly even swallow the truth. You're like, this is a monster, right? That would do this to this baby. And she got on there. Leilani, the mother of Quentin Simon, got on the news with snot bubbles. And she was like, I didn't want him found. And then she was the one that was caught on camera putting that baby's body in the garbage. Carrie Scott says, Daniel said she left because her mom brainwashed her in 5 minutes. Now he's changing that story too. He is switching it up, Amy. Oh, I don't know who that is, but thank you, David Matheson. He said Daniel's giving off Ian Huntley vibes, in my opinion. Hi, satire. You said, in my opinion, Daniel doesn't know what to say anymore since she left. The plan story changed, and now he's left holding the whole bag. He's definitely worried about these sweaters of his getting planted, the finger getting pointed at him. He's even saying that all of her family, all of Malaya's family was pointing the finger and saying, you did this. Did what? Did what? That's my question. In your opinion, Bip, thank you, sweetheart. It wasn't her mom brainwashed her. It's because she finally felt safe enough. Okay, that could be. That could be. Let me get caught up. I'm way behind. You agree, Carrie? When Logan said Malaya, now Logan is Malaya's cousin, allegedly, said Malaya told her she never was safer. I think, oh, I'm totally wrong. Let me correct that. Logan is Daniel's cousin, not Malaya's. Daniel's. Logan is the cousin, allegedly, of Daniel. Thank you. I agree. When Logan, Daniel's cousin, said Malaya told her she never was safer, I think Malaya meant because the police were there. Chumba believes that there is definitely something here with guilty knowledge. With the reward, if someone has hidden the kids, someone will say something for $150,000. I'm sure of it. I'm sure they would. Thank you, Carrie Scott. Let me just get to the bottom. Chat's flying and I'm not keeping up. I'm so sorry. Fun size. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. I don't think Danielle has anything to do with the kids' disappearance. Probably an uncommon opinion, but it's my opinion and we love you. Neither parent could have something to do with it. If they're truly innocent, it is actually natural, believe it or not, for parents to turn on each other and accuse the other one because they don't know what happened. So they're like, it wasn't me, it had to be you. Okay. So just because somebody's pointing the fingers doesn't mean any of them actually, we have nothing yet. We still have nothing. Were the blanket, the boot print and the undies and the purple headband or whatever it was, were they all planted by someone? To make, did the kids get snagged? I don't know. Debbie Gazzardo, thank you, lovely, for being so loyal and always so kind to show up for every single live. I love you, darling. You said the signs of a liar is consistently changing your story, and Daniel does just that. Does make you wonder, right? Jenny Bill says he's always been about his appearance, not Lilly and Jack. I will tell you, out of almost an hour and a half of Daniel's communication with Dolly off and on, right? Through that line, I never heard concern for the safety of Lilly or Jack voiced again by Daniel. It was more about him being accused. It was more about him defending himself. It was more about worrying about his clothing that were missing. He did say he couldn't answer a couple things because he can't talk about evidence. But it was not once that I heard, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't there, about the safe return of Lilly or Jack. Well, hello, my beautiful, joyful dolphin. Hello, lovely. Debbie says the signs of a liar is consult. Oh, we did do that. Oh, I'm way behind again. Carrie Scott says Daniel has to be involved if she is, especially when he was actually, according to him, the more alert one that morning. So how could she have done it herself if they are involved? If they are involved. Good point. Good point. Heads everywhere. Hi, Denise. It is easy to consistently tell the truth. It's more difficult to keep I can't talk. It's more difficult to keep mistruths straight, right? Hello, Seeking Justice again, love. You said if, I think you mean I get a feeling possible got into either cleaning products or rugs, talking about Lily and Jack, but possibly a non-bio family member, wrongin', since no evidence they left the home. Don't forget, Lily and Jack, according to Daniel, never shut that slider door before. That they always, which is consistent, always means consistently, left it wide open. Yet that morning, the children were gone, and that slider was closed. Who closed that slider? I think that's the key. I think that's the key. I want to end today's live with a prayer, with hope. We need another win. We need another miracle. I pray in the name of baby Jesus that we find Lily and Jack Sullivan. I pray safe and sound, but in any way possible, that's the way it is. We need this to be brought to a close with a good result if possible, right? But either way, we need resolve in the case. I also pray that they find Travis Decker. If you know, you know. If you're on that case, you know. He's still on the run. I haven't heard anything different. But I want to say, yes, Dolly Vision. Let me give a shout out for Dolly Vision. Again, I've done it a couple times throughout. I do trust Dolly Vision. There's very few creators out there that I personally trust. And I just don't believe Dolly Vision would fake a damn thing at all. So my gut tells me I can trust Dolly Vision. And from what I'm seeing from the commentation and what's been shown to me, to the best of my knowledge, I would guess logically that is really Daniel on there. So like I said, I'm not going to come on and do a live later. I am simply going to grab the texts and the answers of Dolly and put them on there with my own commentary and stuff. I'm going to try to pack it all into one little thing. If I don't get it done tonight, it'll be first thing in tomorrow, and I will release a video so that if you can't afford membership to Dolly's or wherever, he has kindly given us the permission to share it far and wide. Like Dolly says, like I say, we just want the info out there. I love you guys to the moon and back. I pray for Jack and Lily's Sullivan to be returned safely or just to be found. And remember, $150,000 if you know anything. So see something, you say something.